Squad is a Milsim game. Its time frame, sometime within the past 15 years. Its place, it does vary. It goes from places that could be like that heavily forested to desert combat. Um, its focus is going to be a total Milsim. It's going to have vehicles. It's going to have aircrafts. It's going to have emplacements, all player built. The build date that I'm going to be reviewing is, I don't know the actual build number, but I'm doing this on the 1st of June.
Tango T.
So the 50 cals just came out, and I guess my background, as far as this type of game goes, I played a lot of Insurgency at one time. I did play Arma, but Arma just was a little bit too complicated. Kind of took away too much from the gameplay. There's just too many controls to really focus on just having fun in the game, which was kind of the reason why I just didn't get into Arma.
I don't know if I want to do medic.
I was also in the Marine Corps. Grew up around guns, so as far as the reviewing of gear, guns, and stuff, I mean, I do have a good background in it. So, but some of my best experiences in this game were everything from just BSing with the squad, because you do have an older player base, which, I mean, a lot of times you just have a lot of fun just sitting around talking with your squad, waiting for the enemy to come up on you, to having close combat craziness, to just trying to get across a field and throwing smokes. I don't think I have video of one of the times, but probably one of my favorite experiences recently would be when I low crawled across an entire field full of enemies and just picked off a whole squad in a field, just trying to low crawl and make my way to their objective. And my squad died, and I was somehow able to live through this and take out a whole squad. I don't know how I did that, but because they can't hear me crawling, but they were also crawling through the field too, and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. So the type of gameplay that you're going to be dealing with here is going to be, for those new to the Milsim, if you're used to Call of Duty or something, if you're used to Insurgency, for example, it's going to be slow food. And this is for the new people. If you know what you're getting into, then you know what Milsim is. But for those of you new to this shooter, it's gonna be a slow pace. It's gonna be a lot of running to your objectives. It's gonna be a lot of waiting and sitting around. There's no lone wolf dude that goes in usually. I mean, unless you're lucky. I mean, you have those moments every now and then, but there's no lone wolf moments. You're not gonna charge in and Twitch shoot 10 guys in a room and all this stuff. I mean, this is a very team-focused game. So those who are familiar to it, it is still an alpha. We do not have vehicles yet, and this is as of June 1st. So, but it's not
sure if I had 80.
I mean, they're coming out soon. They said that someone said they're trying to get it before an expo or something, which is in the next month. And I've seen the screenshots of their vehicles coming out from the devs, so I know they're close. They're working on them. The variety in this game right now is mostly going to be the squad weaponry, anti-tank / RPG,
squad leader. What's the objective?
Grenades, depending on who you are, grenade launchers. You got light machine guns, usually for suppressing and
we should probably
targets.
sweep around the north side.
You got sharpshooters. You do have snipers. The Americans don't have snipers. They're using ACOGs at the moment. But it seems to work out real well just because their weapons tend to be more accurate in general.
Not sure if we should
general, so
it to
it's not like a bad thing that they don't have that.
Around north.
you're going to be right now. There's 4 different factions, nations. You got militia, rebels. Militia would be, as it sounds, they're going to be
Because I mean,
Um,
two's already gonna meet up with
not
Squad
as
3
geared
from
up as, say, the
west,
Russian
which is why I said
military,
we should
but
go north. Or
they
be on
have
the
a
north side.
few. But they have a little bit more variety. So,
Okay.
for example,
That sounds good.
they can use American weaponry depending on the size of the squad. So that's something that kind of sets militia apart. You have the rebels, which they can also use some American weaponry,
I see
but
Squad
mostly
3, they're
focused
kind of
on
aiming north, so I'd get ready
other
for
stuff.
some
But
contact.
but because of their AKs, I mean, they are fairly well suited to close combat. So in urban environments, so what they lack in accuracy, they also make up for with the RPGs. I think they might get a few extra rounds when it comes to grenade launchers and stuff. But
I like how I asked Squad 3 and Squad
anyways, so the only interactive items that you got right now is the 50 cal, which was just put into the game. So, and it's pretty sweet. I mean, standing next to the 50 cal. On the receiving end, it's a little glitchy right
This is
now. I
kinda
mean, trying to
weird.
shoot at someone who's in the 50 cal, it seems like you're having a
I
little bit of
expected to
problems
be
with
getting shot at.
you know, what I mean, but
coming down a
this
hill
is
like
this
that.
is not part of the game. I mean, it's going to get fixed. It's a little glitchy with the invisible walls right now. Same with grenade launchers. Right now, there is a little bug after this last update that kind of made grenade launchers. Your grenades will blow up halfway through their flight path, which is not intended, of course. So hopefully they'll fix that pretty soon. But since I was playing before this update, the grenade launchers are awesome. And the maps, you do have times where you're going to be in a map and you're going to be set
We
at a
have one
disadvantage.
friendly at about southeast.
But
on the
you
other side
really
of
got
the
to pull
compound,
together
so
as a
it's
squad
not
and
fair.
try to
It's
take
probably
advantage of the
friendly.
situation, and that's what this game is about. It's about your squad, hence the name. It's going to be about your team trying to pull together and use your maneuver warfare, and try to use that against the enemy. So, for example, which you'll see in some of my videos that I'm going to have playing in the background. Unless you like, say if you're rebels or militia, and you're going up against Americans.
Skyline yourself, and
If you're shooting across the hilltops and in the desert, I mean you're not, and you're shooting at the Americans. I mean, the Americans are most likely just going to win that firefight. Unless you just happen to have an awesome grenade launching dude or RPG master dude, because it is kind of hard to aim those things. So unless you got that, I mean, you're not going to win. I mean, you got to get up close when you're playing with the AKs, for example. Russian's a little bit different.
See, that's what I mean.
Their
Though.
weapons
There's that one
seem to be
the one enemy directly
a little bit
southeast
better with the
120
accuracy. I'm not sure if that's
makes you really
the weapons themselves
to
are
spot
supposed to
your squad.
simulate the actual training of the character. I'm not sure.
There are.
I'd like to look that up, but I'll find out. Anyways, pros right now of the gameplay is it is heavily team based, which I do like. I don't like going off and being disorganized. I like having a good squad and working together and trying to outmaneuver the enemy. Especially if you got a few guys that know what they're doing. There's a pretty good sized veteran community in here, so it's really nice when you get teamed up with, like myself being a veteran, like teamed up with other veterans. It's pretty awesome. We tend to do pretty well. So
Yeah, wait till they're.
anyways, the cons of this game is it's in alpha. That's the biggest con of this game right now.
I see one
The,
peeking over at 120. He's
It's in
peeking over
alpha.
right now.
Doesn't have a huge variety right now, and there are a few glitches.
How do you see that? You
Invisible
don't have a
walls being one,
Yeah, I got a ACOG.
and the grenade launchers
scope.
being the second overall glitch right now.
He sees us possibly. He's
And that's
oh, no, he's aiming a little
only
south.
this last update that really caused that.
Is it two
So,
behind that hill at 120?
one of the
Oh,
one of
yeah,
the
they
things, as
come
far as the graphics goes, as you'll be
wait
able
for
to see the
them to-
graphics. I'm not sure if they're going to be
They don't see it, it's just don't
completely
move.
at
I
full
don't-
quality
maybe
because
they don't see it.
I am going to be using live
Oh, I
stream
think he's
footage for
either
this
done
review, so don't judge off the quality.
One
But the graphics are pretty insane, and I only have everything set to highest. I think it's the new map. They just came out with a new map. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's just really colorful. The ground is quite. I mean, it's just you can hide behind the bush. It's hard to see people, especially in the forest. I mean, you're going to be looking real hard. And I
Guys
think
gotta
they
push
kind
into it.
of
You don't
messed
wanna
with
get
it a little
stuck
bit,
and
so
get
people
flanked.
set up low graphics don't have that extra, I guess, visibility. As opposed to people set to high graphics. Like, see, like I have foliage out to quite a ways, and I think the people set to completely low graphics, it's a little bit easier for people to get picked out of the forest. And I think they kind of fixed that with a little bit of haze. But other than that, AMD guys are going to see a little bit of a frame drop every now and then. I'm an AMD guy. And that's usually due to the local voice. And there's a lot of people talking right near you in both the radio and the local. So you have proximity voice where as you get closer to someone, they'll get louder. You don't hear enemies, but it's only going to be friendly right now. But yeah, so there's that. The only really, I mean, the sound is awesome. I mean, you'll see. I don't know if you'll see in this game. You'll get used to it though when you do see like a grenade launcher way off in the distance. You see like an explosion. You won't hear the sound because sound takes time to get to you. So you'll see an explosion off in the distance, and then the sound, the boom hits you, and you'll be like, "Oh yeah, someone just got blown up." So it's pretty cool. I mean, and when you get shot,
So
you're
they said
gonna
you guys
hear
gotta
the
start
snap of the
pushing
bullet
into it.
before you hear the gunshot. So the sound is amazing in this game. You can hear people now moving through the bushes with this last update. You can hear people walking through the water near you. You can hear them reloading. So
is that a friendly to our 30?
if you know someone's on the other side of the wall, and
I guess
if
for
you
you guys
you don't
it'd
have
be,
any squad members
30
in
to
the
60.
area, toss a grenade over the wall. You have underhand toss, overhand toss, which is awesome because tossing a grenade over the wall, rather than try to judge like a little mini mortar shot over the wall, it's kind of nice.
Yeah, that wasn't a friendly.
But yeah, the
guy, so
only
keep
the
an
only
eye
bug
on,
with the sound, I would say,
on
would
our
be
northeast. I saw
AMD,
one guy coming around us.
AMDs
Or
are
at least
kind
one
of
person keep an eye up there.
having a hard time with the sound. And I'm not sure why that is. They're working on optimizing it though. They said that they're working on it, and they did add a different thing for AMD, specifically for AMD computers recently in the options to stop the frame rate. But I'm not getting
Squad
enough
one's
frame
gonna
rate
take our
drop to
north,
really,
so we can push straight
turn
in.
that on. So as far as the controls go, it's not complex at all. I mean, you got your crouch, your prone, your leans, changing of weapons. The changing of weapons is a con right now, I would say, because if you're in the middle of changing to one weapon, you can't cancel that and change back to the other weapon. If, for example, you're trying to bandage yourself up, and you're trying to band yourself up, you see an enemy, pop out and going towards you, you're slamming that one key, which is the first you're try to get past that, get back to that. There's no cancel to go back to the primary weapon. You gotta wait for your bandage to come out, and that's the only bad thing, I guess, with the controls right now. It does take time to get out other weapons, which is realistic. I don't know, those of you who are familiar with guns, unless you're like a pro operator trying to practice your pistol draw from your rifle. I mean, it takes a couple seconds to really aim in and get your pistol out. I mean, it's not like a half-second thing. There's a lot of people complaining about it, like, oh, it takes too long to do this, it takes too long to get your grenade out, and I'm like, have you ever tried putting something in your pocket, acting like you have a rifle, trying to get out something, get ready to throw something. I mean, it takes a little bit of time. I mean, it takes training, and you also have to add, as far as part of the immersion that your guy is going to be under stress. I mean, I think it's fine.
I could hear
a lot of
AK
people complain about it. I like
it. South.
The glitches in the
I have like right in front of me.
in the controls right now, there's only one that I really know about, and that seems to be people having random glitching where their mouse will stop working, but it's fixed right now by, like, say, going to the menu and going back out of the menu, and then it'll fix it. It's not just random, I guess. It's usually after you respawn or something, so it's not usually at a crucial time.
Hey, save your smoke,
just like you're about to shoot someone and then your mouse freezes up. It's not that bad. It's usually at a time when you're respawning, changing the screen, you load up another game, something like that. It's nothing crazy, but there's that, and then there's the aiming. Some people have been having trouble with aiming in. I'm not sure if that was an intentional thing with scopes. People with scopes right now, with zoom scopes, not optics in general, but zoom scopes, seem to have a problem with the zooming. There's no more zooming, and I think that was intentional, which I think is a good thing. I mean, you already got a zoom. There's no reason to add a second zoom when you shift to aim in and stop breathing. Personally, I like that. I think open sights deserve the zoom, the optics. They're already freaking zoomed in. There's no point in giving them extra zoom, because if you have an ACOG, I mean, and then you zoom in, a good 2 powers over that, I mean, you might as well just have a light sniper rifle. It's kind of ridiculous to me to have that double zoom. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with the community now. Community is awesome. I mean, nobody's role playing, and I mean, yes, there are those few guys that do take this a little too seriously. And when the rest of the team is not going as serious as them, and they're like, they're just trying to have fun, work their squads and everything. And you got that one guy that's going to get on there. I don't know if any of you guys are familiar with Kill Generation. Generation Kill, not bad. It's a very good portrayal of Marines, for example. It's not the most realistic show, I'm going to say that. Usually when it comes to, like, distances and, not being aggressive enough as far as Marines go. Aggressive movement, I guess. But anyways, getting off to the topic of the Generation Kill thing. Anyway, so that's a very good portrayal of what the Marine Corps society is. There's a few things that are blown out in there, but there's one dude in there that they call Captain America, and you tend to have a dude just like that. You got a dude that's like taking it way too seriously, yelling over the comms, and he's just going crazy, going with straight up military jargon. And a lot of people that aren't veterans, they don't know this military jargon, and so these guys are just going crazy. They just came from armor or something, and it's actually quite funny, and you'll see people make fun of that. But being that the community is usually an older community, it's going to be, you guys have a lot of fun. There's a lot of crap talking, there's a lot of, shit talk, whatever. And you have a lot of fun in your squads. And I really do like the community overall. Like, over any shooter that I've ever played, this community seems to be the most fun community I've ever had. EVE Online, completely different game. That's a completely different type of community. You still have fun, but you take it a little serious. And you got a lot of guys that are in here. They're having fun. They're screwing around. One of my funniest times was every time we would go to march to an objective, this guy would play like old school
He's running
British
for
marching
balls.
music
I just saw him
in
run.
his local mic, and
Okay.
you know, so everybody would just, you know, you just hear this flute come on, and then these drums, and then oh man, it's just, I don't know, you gotta really see the community. It's really awesome community. So you're not gonna have the little kids, you know, really like team killing. You do have a team killer every now and then, but you're not gonna have a bunch of kids getting pissed off and team killing people or being completely clueless. You know, there's a lot of people. Most of the people are really trying to be part of the squad. You know, and almost everybody here has mics, so you're not going to be getting in that squad where there's no mics. You have the occasional dude that doesn't have a mic,
Just
or
waiting
maybe
for
he
some
can't
food,
talk,
man.
but he can hear you, and he'll let you know that. And you got a pretty hopeful, I guess, but not serious community. It's pretty awesome. But my overall thoughts of the games, it's an amazing game as is, and it's still an alpha, and we don't even have half the content that's coming out. And this is an extremely addicting game. I totally would
Looks
pick
like
this
they,
over ARM,
like our friendly
for
squad's got
example,
our east and south.
just simply because of the
covered. So we should probably
it's not overly complex. It's real simple, and you know, I think that it's going to stay that way even when they add vehicles. I don't think you need 8 different lean angles. You know, I don't think that you really need to. I don't think you need like all the controls that you really need. I think this just stays purely just, you know, you're in a squad.
Maybe west. I mean,
play as a
I
squad,
felt like we cleared out
outmaneuver the
north pretty
enemy.
well.
You don't need 8 different lean angles to do that. You don't need, you know, like just all this craziness, and it's just, you know, just work with your squad, and that's it. Really does stay true to just trying to keep your squad as a squad and do that. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get to the gameplay. You know, I might add a few different shots, but I'm really gonna stay with my favorite video that I had of this game so far, and it's this one that I actually had up on YouTube already. It's the one where it was an awesome teamwork squad. You know, at first we were kind of spread out and everything, but we pulled together and started working as a squad really awesomely, and everybody seemed to just kind of take their role and run with it, and it seemed like we were doing awesome and really coordinated, and not a whole lot of micromanaging from the squad leader. Everybody just did awesome. So I guess we'll get to that gameplay now, and that's what's been playing in the background. In my future reviews or live stream, you'll be able to see the 50 cal shooting, but I'm not using that the latest update footage right now. I'm just trying to show a good example of what this game is really meant as far as squad and everything. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to the rest of this video.
Oh, you're the first time I heard that bug.
You know, this is my first actual review. I know I messed up on a few spots here, you know, but I'm so new to editing video and audio, so hopefully my next reviews that I have will be a little bit better. So, but I hope you did like what you did
a couple days ago or whatever.
What you did end up hearing from me. May not be the best reviewer at the moment. Still working on it. Still working on my notes, trying to get a good overview. So anyway, let me get to the video. I hope you enjoy it.
Whoa.
Go. Why are we shooting?
Gonna grenade. Oh shit.
No.
Grenade.
No.
Sorry.
No way.
Mira.
They're down. Yeah, he's getting it. Right here. Right there. Yeah, look to your right. He's on the stairs.
Over here. Hi.
Guys, make sure you. Oh,
Hi, medic. Hi. Come on. Yeah, I need the medic.
Is he still here? Did he leave us?
What? Me.
Are you alive? Oh, he's still with us.
Yeah.
there he is.
Good.
Thank you.
Sorry, slowing down a little bit.
Thank you. By the way, did you kill the enemy?
Let's just scout this up here real quick.
Oh, enemy 105. He's walking across that hill, 105.
I see him. Fall back, just fall back.
There's also one way up on the hill at 120 by the radio tower. That's kind of funny.
Yeah, I think they know we're here.
That sniper getting up and booking it was pretty funny, actually.
Let's not go too far, guys.
If we do go a little bit far, make sure we have an actual line with a good amount of area covered. So they can't go in between our line or flank us.
Yeah.
Southeast, guys. Enemy. One enemy at the southeast. Yeah. Two at the southeast.
That sounds like AK fire coming from southwest. Is that
I'm hit.
you?
Yep, they're on top of that hill, southeast. They got a whole little bunker going up there. I'm down. Hey guys, calm the shooting on that little area. Squad team on that. Guys, let's go west. Guys, we're going west. So let's group up.
Oh, I need a medic.
Coming up. I've been covering the south for a while now, and I haven't seen any movement, so hopefully we're clear.
I'm getting living in the west now. So we should start making our way that way.
You want to start working our way up that
There's
hill?
one guy between 105 and 120. I'm not gonna shoot at him. I won't waste your time.
We got some squads to our south. Do you want to start working up that hill towards the radio tower, towards our fob?
Yeah, let's do that. Just take a slow approach. Don't let them know we're here. Spread out a little bit, guys. Don't clump up.
Don't get too close to our fob down there. You're starting to get right on our fob. You're going to give it away.
They're all up in the radio tower still. We focus fire on that.
Shit.
Guys, pushing up the thing.
I just got my own guys with that grenade.
There's fire east, southeast.
No, behind us, behind us.
Careful, they're flanking us from the northwest.
Thanks, man.
He's down. Or one of them is.
Hi, Captain. They hurt my face.
I think yellow smoke is enemy, so watch.
One more.
Yellow smoke is enemy, so watch that north side, the northeast.
One more.
Yeah,
Northwest,
shot
whatever.
enemies due west of us like 10 seconds ago. Correction, he shot me.
Can you put the radio station?
Hey, squad lead,
Yeah,
they're
some of us are still stuck at the radio station.
squad lead.
fire.
They're at our
You can
120
use the support.
close, and a lot more coming.
Yeah, I saw he cheated me. Guys, they're coming up to that radio tower again.
Oh shit!
We need some serious help at the radio tower. They're overtaking it. We need help.
No medics coming for me over here, so.
Fuck, he came over the hill.
Yeah, I'll
He's
take
He's
it
out of
myself.
container.
Good game.
GG.